No way.
So I was just like, holy crap, let's do it.
Do you think there's internet service through that?
What's that?
Do you get internet service through that? Or
Do the radio show from there.
That's what I'm thinking, like a van radio show.
Oh, that would be nice.
I know DirectWay was the broadband internet provided by the DirecTV people. I don't know if it still exists anymore. I could look into it. But more importantly, it's only $5 a month to add to the truck. Seems like a great idea.
Right.
Except for the $3,000 in modifications to actually put the dish on your vehicle. That's why it's cheap every month.
What? It's not like a magnet? Why is the dish so expensive?
It's duct tape. It's just right on the top of the van.
Yeah, the dish itself is actually flat and very small and just lays down on the top of the van, which would be ridiculous to have a TV system more expensive than the van itself sitting on top of it. But that would be honestly the greatest tailgate vehicle, driving to the football game, sitting in the parking lot, watching TV. I would hang out. I would tailgate every week.
Just watch the game from your TV
and not go to the game. Not have to worry about the tickets. Just be drunk in a parking lot someplace.
You could still hear the crowd, but you could see every move.
Just like I'm 19 years old, drunk in a parking lot someplace drinking.
Honestly, how far away do you think we are from like a satellite rig on your car with like a heads-up display? Where you can just like move your head a little bit and now you're watching TV through a semi-transparent screen while you're driving.
I can't imagine that that's going to be too close. I mean, I'm sure that the technology is close, but I mean,
like
people will die.
Advertisements.
People will die.
I know. Well, they already have the cars that
have the miles per hour, right? They have the miles per hour like on the screen, and I see.
They have all kinds of things on heads-up
displays. Very
displays.
distracting. Like in the middle of the windshield between the passenger and the driver. On the bottom of the windshield has the mile-an-hour thing, and it's on the glass, so you can see it illuminated.
If you have that there, how do you see the big gold crown that you're supposed to have right in the center of your dash? I don't understand. And your St. Christopher statue. St. Christopher protecting the travelers.
I saw like an RPM meter on one of those head-up displays, so it's like just things are moving on the screen while you're trying to drive through it. It's pretty...
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty incredible. I didn't even know that existed yet. I'd purchase like 3 of those. I'm
totally waiting for the court case of the person who's like some cars now have like the parallel parking that it does for you. Like the car, it's a robot. You turn it on and it parallel parks in a space for you. You're like relinquishing your power to drive. Someone's going to get run over when they're parallel parking in a spot somewhere. I cannot believe that no one's gotten sued for this already, and it's only been out for like a couple months.
Because it's almost like autopilot. You have your car on autopilot for a couple of seconds.
I think that's where the world's got to be heading anyway.
You think?
Yeah. There was like this little toy that I had when I was a kid, and it was this series of plastic tracks, but they weren't really. They were tracks that were enclosed. And you put a little thing in it, and stuff would fly, and things would go on a system of air and fly around through it. I always mistakenly refer to it as being Capsella. It's not Capsella. But it was some weird toy that I had with these tracks that were fantastic, and I always fantasized that would really be real one day. That you basically go into like some sort of mainframe computer and type in, my destination is here, and then it integrates you into the system, and you go flying, and you can go like 500 miles an hour because it's computerized and there's no problem, and computers never crash. So cars would never crash. But I just...
A pneumatic conveying system?
Like the Jetsons.
I don't know about anything pneumatic, but no, but even the Jetsons, they didn't fly. Like, they flew in their cars. They drove them themselves. Yeah. I'm saying, like, you relinquish all control, like what Brian's afraid of here, that you just lay there and you just go, like, oh, yeah, I want to go to California right now.
I would like that.
And you're done.
It's not that I'm afraid of it. It's just it now exists, like the parallel parking, not Capsella, but that level of technology that is, okay, you turn off all control of the car and some automatic robot drives the car for you.
But with all
granted, it's just parking, but still.
But I'd rather, because with all these drunk driving, like DUI, people getting DUIs every day, you would just rather it be left to a computer than a person. Person's always faulty, man. Person's always faulty.
Well, I mean, there's human error, of course, but there's there's computer error too. But the whole thing behind it, that's what my Capsella thing is. Mm-hmm. It's a tube where these vehicles go flying through. There's no chance of a rabbit walking across the road or a little...
There's no chance of these two capsules smashing into each other, though?
Well, yeah, of course, but there's chances of that with your driving, too.
Yeah.
They have been testing for a while. No one's really enacted it, but they have built it on some roads to test drive these cars that... I guess through magnetic sensors with the side of the road, coinciding with some sort of like satellite technology, allow for the cars to be driven by themselves.
Will that satellite technology enable them to watch football games from their van, though?
Driven. Well, the test is that they always have like 3 cars. They're doing 60 miles an hour, and they're like a half a foot away from each other, and they're just kind of powering down the road.
Probably save, and with all the magnets, probably not using the same amount of gas. It's probably more.
The magnets are simply censoring. It senses how far away they are from the side of the road.
Right now,
pulling them.
But they could actually have the magnets actually do the propelling.
Why can't they have that magnet on that damn satellite dish for your van? If they can
Seriously.
have magnets driving cars.
Why couldn't they?
Who's the last person that just got a DUI? Is it Keith Sutherland?
Kiefer Sutherland did, and Ben Stiller did, didn't he?
Ben Stiller did too?
No,
All these
really?
people getting
No,
nabbed.
I don't think Ben Stiller did. I think I'm totally wrong.
Great. We'll go with that, though.
Yeah, Ben Stiller,
You animal.
star of the film Ben-Hur, was actually.
I didn't know he was in Ben-Hur.
Yeah, he's part of the cast of Thousands.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in a DUI accident.
Did he play Christian number 3?
I think he was the best boy on that, no?
Oh boy, I bet you he was.
Yeah, I love things like that. I love when these things just get a false life of their own.
What? Oh, just the rumor engine, the rumor machine?
Okay, give me a fake company name.
Okay, I'll give you a fake company name. How about Acme? I like Acme.
Okay, there's a particular customer of mine at work that I had something to do with, and the customer was Acme. And there's this particular manager that has to keep coming over to me and asking me questions about it. And one day when I didn't particularly feel like answering questions, he kept asking me about this one particular Acme customer. And I started answering the question and then repeatedly for approximately 10 minutes kept saying, wait, what customer again? And made him say Acme back to me for like 10 minutes.
And he didn't catch on.
And he kept doing it. Somehow this went on, and it was just hilarious. And this guy Tom, that works with me, that Keith knows, he's sitting across from me, and he's pissing his pants because he can't believe that I'm getting this guy to do it over and over and over again. This was the day that Owen Wilson, was found out that Owen Wilson attempted suicide. Aww. Somehow, Acme now, it's the joke. Actually, if you look at my label maker in my bag right there, the real name of the company is labeled on because this company's name is now the joke of the company. That we always talk about these guys like, oh, it's Acme and Owen Wilson. He works for them. We started putting notes on people's desk. Owen Wilson called about the Acme account. When's he going to do it? And then it eventually got to the point that now there are sales guys at the company that had nothing to do with this joke initially talking about, oh, well, yeah, you know about Owen Wilson. He killed himself by jumping off of Acme. And I just love things like that, and that's what
you love starting things like that. You don't it wouldn't be so funny if you weren't involved in the thing. You'd look at it and think, that's stupid. I can't believe you guys are finding
I think a
bunch of sales guys sitting around came up with this dumbass joke. I'm never gonna say it.
Oh no, it was pretty damn funny, man.
Well, you did it, so yeah.
It wasn't. No, that's not true. Because I've seen. I don't get me wrong. If the sales guys did it, of course I wouldn't like it. But I mean, if other guys that I worked with did it, because the whole thing is Owen Wilson being incorporated into it was not me. Had nothing to do with me. And it keeps evolving, and that's what I want Ben Stiller's DUI from being in Ben-Hur. I want that to evolve into something.
The rumor machine.
Well, our crack research team in the chat room, Deja, tells us that Ben Stiller played Rosebud in Citizen Kane.
Wow, I wasn't aware of that.
He was the sled?
I was going to say, he looked really, really good for his age.
You just ruined that movie. I can't believe you did that.
Oh, maybe what?
You just ruined that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
The sled did
Spoiler
alert, 2007.
Moved almost 100 years old.
Ben Stiller was the sled.
It's fantastic. It's fantastic. Yeah, I love stuff like that. So you guys should get that going. So try and tell your friends that. Just get that going. I just mean people, everybody.
You
just make up lies.
Get that going.
Yeah, make up lies about stuff. Our buddy, a buddy of ours, for years had people convinced that my favorite movie of all time was Space Jam, a movie I've never to this date seen.
Starring Bugs Bunny and Michael Jordan.
Yes.
What's your wife's favorite movie?
My wife's favorite movie is the same gimmick. I bought her The Talented Mr. Ripley on DVD. I've talked about how it was always her favorite movie. She's never seen the movie once. The DVD that I bought for her...
It's not even unwrapped.
It's still in the wrapper in the next room.
I was like, hey, I like this movie. Can I borrow this? And it's still wrapped up in plastic.
Wrapped in plastic. And I told him that he couldn't take it because it was Joy's favorite movie. Yeah. And she's not allowed to lose it.
What was the worst rumor you ever heard about yourself? Like when you were even younger?
The worst rumor that I had was when I was about, I guess, 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I was 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I was 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I guess 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I guess 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I guess 18 years old, right after I graduated high school. I was given an ultimatum by my mother to like I had to get a job by a certain date or cut my hair by a certain date, or she was going to throw me out of the house.